Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, I want to dive into a topic that affects so many of us, directly or indirectly, and it's way more common than we often realize. I'm talking about colon cancer, a disease that, despite its prevalence, we don't talk about enough. Yeah, I know, it's not exactly the kind of thing you bring up at the dinner table, is it? But trust me on this one, this is one of those crucial topics where having a little bit of information, just a basic understanding, could literally save your life. Or at the very least, it could save the life of someone you deeply care about and love. So let's get down to the deal. Let's talk facts. Colon cancer, for a long time, used to be considered primarily a disease that affected older individuals. Something you generally only started to worry about or even think about after hitting that big milestone of turning 60, right? Well, that perception is changing, and it's changing fast. The landscape of this disease is evolving rapidly. We're seeing more and more people under the age of 50 being diagnosed with colon cancer every single year. The numbers are climbing. We're even seeing cases in people in their 30s, which was once considered incredibly rare. This is a wake-up call, a serious reality check for all of us, regardless of our age. Now at this point, you might be sitting there thinking, hey, I feel perfectly fine, I'm healthy, why should I even care about this? Well, that's precisely the sneaky and dangerous part about colon cancer. In its early stages, colon cancer often doesn't present any obvious or alarming symptoms. It can be a silent threat. You might experience a little bit of tummy trouble, some mild discomfort that you easily dismiss. You might find yourself feeling more tired and fatigued than you usually do, and chalk it up to stress or a busy week. Or you might notice a subtle change in your bathroom habits, something that seems minor at first. These are all things that are incredibly easy to brush off and ignore in the hustle and bustle of daily life. But here's the key takeaway, the most important thing I want you to remember from this entire discussion. If something feels off, if your body is telling you something isn't right, please don't ignore it. Your body's remarkably good at communicating when something is amiss. It sends you signals. Learn to listen to those signals, and trust your intuition. And yes, this applies to you, even if you're young. Even if you consider yourself to be in peak health. Medical professionals are now increasingly recommending that most individuals begin screening for colon cancer at the age of 45, a shift from the previous recommendation of starting at 50. However, if you have a family history of colon cancer, or if you start experiencing any of the concerning symptoms we've discussed suddenly, don't delay. Make an appointment and talk to your doctor about your concerns. There's absolutely no need to feel embarrassed or like you're making a fuss over nothing. Taking proactive steps for your health is simply a smart and responsible decision. So let's delve a little deeper and talk specifically about what signs and symptoms you should be actively watching for. The first, and perhaps most alarming, is blood in your stool, particularly if you observe it on more than one occasion. Another warning sign is unexplained and unintentional weight loss. Be mindful of persistent abdominal pain or cramping that doesn't seem to go away. Also, pay attention to the sensation of feeling like you can't completely empty your bowels, even after a bowel movement. If you happen to notice any of these symptoms, please reach out to your doctor without delay. Seriously, don't put it off. Don't wait and see if it gets better on its own. Now here's the truly encouraging news. Colon cancer is, in fact, one of the most preventable and treatable forms of cancer, especially when it's detected in its early stages. You can make simple, yet impactful, lifestyle changes, such as incorporating more fiber into your diet. Getting regular physical activity and moving your body on a consistent basis is also crucial. And of course, cutting back on your consumption of processed foods and opting for whole, natural foods can significantly help lower your risk. Furthermore, regular screening tests, such as colonoscopies, play a vital role in catching any potential problems long before they have the chance to turn into something serious. So please, make your health and well-being your absolute top priority. If you suddenly find yourself feeling unwell or experiencing unusual symptoms, don't simply brush them aside. Take the time to clearly and openly communicate what's going on with your doctor. Remember, you possess the most intimate knowledge of your own body. Trust your instincts and the signals your body is sending you. Prioritize self-care and actively take care of your health, because you have a long and fulfilling life ahead of you, filled with countless experiences and opportunities waiting to be embraced. Thank you so much for watching and for taking the time to prioritize your health.